Hello, today we are going to install the latest release of the operating system FreeBSD 14.1 in a QEMU virtual machine, and we're going to also install KDE Plasma 6. Let's go to the official website. We have the announcement for FreeBSD 14.1 release. Also, you can download it from here or from here. Okay, in here it lists the possible installation media. There are ISO files to be written on CD-ROMs, or in our case, since we are using QEMU Virt Manager, we will use this ISO file DVD1 in order to install the virtual machine. Let's find a directory where we can download this file from. We can, for instance, sort by file size. This is the one, AMD64 DVD1. I've already downloaded the file. Let's install in a Virt Manager. File, new virtual machine, browse, FreeBSD. Cannot detect the operating system. We can select in here FreeBSD 14.0. The template for Virt Manager is wrong. FreeBSD 14.0 has more features than what's available in the Virt Manager template. So we're going to edit the virtual machine before actually starting it. Does not matter what is the amount of virtual hard disk that I'm going to use. The virtual machine is never going to use all of the 200 gigabytes because the QCOW2 file is going to increase in size as needed and always be less than 200 gigabytes. FreeBSD 141, customize. And in here, FreeBSD 14.0 and 14.1 do support the better motherboard, which is Q35. Okay, apply. CPUs is always wrong. Hard disk is the fastest possible disk bus, which is Virt.io, faster than SATA. CD-ROM could be SATA, which is a bit faster than IDE. Network interface card is the fastest, which is Virt.io. And tablet. Begin installation. It will automatically boot into the first option, which is the correct one, which is to start the installer in live CD mode. Or you can press the enter key. The default option here is OK, so press enter, install. I have English US keyboard, so I'm going to press enter to continue with the default key map, English US. Host name for this machine, the same name as the virtual machine, FreeBSD 141. I don't need any debug symbols. I'm not going to use 32-bit libraries, but I'm going to keep this selection. I'm only going to install software from binary packages, not from ports where I need to build software myself. I prefer something else than Btrfs or ZFS, so that's going to be UFS. Entire disk. I could use MBR, DOS partitions, or GPT, GUID partition table. I'm going to go with the default, which is MBR. it creates a swap partition 4 GB. The rest is /finish, press enter, commit, press enter. It's going to install the sets, so base.txz, which is an archive, a tar ball, and then archived with xz compression. lib32 is the 32-bit libraries. For root the password, we will need this password until we install sudo. The only network interface card, press enter. IPv4 yes, DHCP yes. No IPv6, so right arrow key and then enter. The correct values are in here, press enter. America. Let's get to the United States. 49, press enter. Easternmost areas, sounds okay. EDT. Skip, don't set date or time. We want SSH server because we want to connect to the virtual machine without using Virt Manager's graphical console. The selections in here look okay, so I'm going to press enter. I don't do any hardening. This is a virtual machine. I want as much performance as possible. I'm going to compile software in here, so I want performance. I'm going to go with OK. Would you like to add users? Of course. So I've pressed enter a ton of times to keep the defaults. I'm going to invite administrator into the wheel group because I want to install sudo. The default shell sh is okay. Empty password, no. I've typed my password. Lockout, no. So the defaults, except I've added the user administrator to an additional group, which is wheel. Okay. Do you want to add another user? No. So I'm going to keep pressing enter. And that's it. We have a user, we have root password, hostname, network. Everything's okay. So I'm going to keep the default selection, which is exit. Press OK to exit. Before installation, we could install additional software, which we're not going to do. So press enter to go with the no option. Reboot, correct. Okay, we can hurry up the boot by pressing enter, otherwise it's going to wait 10 seconds. I have the notes on how I install FreeBSD usually. This thing. Okay. So I've added the user administrator to the user group wheel. I'm only connecting with other means to the virtual machine than the Virt Manager console. So I'm going to start first by connecting in text user interface mode. This is the IP address of the virtual machine. SSH server is already installed and running on the virtual machine. Yes. Password. Okay. Can even close this window. First of all, I'll need to install additional software, including sudo. For that, we're going to become the user root, asks for the password of the user root. Okay. It's using the default shell, which is sh. How do we see that? Okay. These two things. First of all, I want to have the package manager. Says that the package manager is not yet installed, but could be installed. Do you want to fetch and install it now? I'm going to, the default option is no, so I'm going to press Y. Okay, it uses quarterly, which is okay. I'm going to install some command line software. So bash, I'm going to change the shell from sh to bash. A command line text editor, which is Emacs no X, MC, the file manager for text user interface mode, and then git just because. It installs all of the dependencies, 62 packages in total. It has finished downloading. Now it's installing the packages. Okay. I'm going to do the change shell twice, once for the user root. Right now I'm the user root. And I'll also do it for the user administrator. Where do I see that? In here. Okay, so let's go Control D. Paste again. Okay. And now we have bash as the default shell for both users, administrator and root. We might disconnect from SSH, so Control D. Connect again. Okay, and now we're in bash. Next up, we want to install graphical user interface and enable sudo for the user administrator. So let's continue. This thing, middle click paste works. Xorg. So the goal here is to have a virtual machine that's running FreeBSD 14.1, Xorg KDE Plasma 6, and then we connect to the virtual machine either in text user mode using SSH or in graphical user interface mode using the xrdp server. You usually install FreeRDP by following the FreeBSD, by following the FreeBSD handbook. You should read all of the messages of the packages. Additional rights for the user administrator. We're going to need a ton of fonts in order to have the web browser working correctly. In order to get to the FreeBSD handbook, you can, for instance, search for FreeBSD handbook. It comes in split HTML, single HTML, or PDF version. I would recommend that you use either single HTML or PDF, because this way you can have search in file. using Control F. I don't know, maybe you want to search for KDE. Okay, back to where we were. So we've installed Noto and sudo. I'm going to enable sudo with password for all of the users that are member of the local user group wheel. This is the command line. And we need to search for this line. It says uncomment to allow members of the group wheel to execute any command. The next one is without password, so not that one. Okay, wheel all. This is the one. Let's save, Ctrl XS, XC. Now that we're going to install KDE Plasma, this requires procfs. So let's enable that. So I select and middle click paste. Keep a trailing line, new line, so there should be a empty final line. Just one. That's the way I do it. Ctrl X, Ctrl C. Not really required, but it's better to have a trailing new line in most plaintext files. Okay, we want to mount the procfs. Ctrl L works for clearing the terminal. And then we want to install KDE. There's a full set of KDE packages for Qt 5. For Qt 6, the selection of packages is way smaller. It's a work in progress to have KDE Plasma 6 and the rest of KDE applications that depend on Qt 6 available for FreeBSD. The current status is FreeBSD KDE Plasma 6. This blog article, euroquiz.nl. Okay, it says that there exist some FreeBSD packages that have names starting with Plasma 6 minus. It's a meta package, and we'll see by doing, for instance, a package search that there's for KDE's version Qt 6, Qt 5, there's this meta package KDE 5, which does not exist for Qt 6, so there's no KDE 6 package. But there's a KDE 6 minus devel package. So let's do a bit of searching. Package search KDE 5. There is such a thing, KDE 6. There's a KDE 6 minus devel. Okay. And in here, it recommends that we install Plasma 6 minus Plasma. So let's do a search for Plasma 6. So there's many packages that start with Plasma 6 and then a minus. We want all of these. We want the Qt widget stream, Breeze. We want K-Gamma for system settings, K-Screen for system settings, K-Win, the window manager, everything that's in here. So we could do this. installs the Qt 6 packages, installs many Plasma 6 packages, but not enough. And then we also have this prefix for FreeBSD package names kf6-. So we'll actually need all of these. So kf6-, Plasma 6-, and there's just one KDE 6-, the one with devel in name. We'll need to install more than 1000 FreeBSD packages. Okay, we'll pause for a second. Okay, so the package is finished installing. Let's search again for KDE 6, this guy. We want to install it. More KDE frameworks version 6 packages. That's great. And it also brings console Qt 6. This is the name of console Qt 6. It's not what you would expect, console 6 or something similar. It's -devel. That's the way it works. There's also the default file manager in KDE Plasma, which is Dolphin. In FreeBSD for now, it has this package name Dolphin -devel, the same for the image viewer. So you definitely want to install the packages this and this one, KDE 6-devel. Okay, and since we also want all of the packages that have this prefix, we'll use a command line like this. So package install, and then there's the possibility of using globs. Package install, package -install. Okay, so --glob or -g. So that's --glob. And then the syntax is similar to globs for file system. So asterisk means any character any number of times. So you want this thing and then asterisk. Ocean Sound Team is used by default by KDE Plasma 6. Plasma System Monitor. Why would you install KDE Plasma without System Monitor? All of these should be actually part of the Plasma of a KDE Plasma 6 meta package for FreeBSD. So yes, proceed. Okay, and then the same thing for KDE Frameworks version 6, because I want to do development. Okay, just text templates is missing, that's a good sign. If by using globs and wanting to install thousands of packages, just a really small number of packages are not installed yet, then that's a good sign. Okay, and with that we have a terminal, which is vital once you're connected using the graphical user interface, because we have console 6-devel, we have a text editor, we have Kate 6-devel, we have a file manager, Dolphin 6-devel. Otherwise, we would need to install, for instance, xterm or xfce terminal. Okay, next up, we're at this step. We did this. Now, in order to have KDE Plasma running, we want dbus. Let's see if we can copy paste multiple lines at a time. Seems to be okay. We already did this. Let's do as both the user root and the user administrator. Make sure that the path environment variable is set correctly. So slash sbin slash bini slash usr slash sbin slash usr bin slash usr local sbin slash usr local bin, and then tilde slash bin. That's okay. For the user root is okay. Let's do the same thing for the user administrator. It looks okay, and I'm not exactly sure why. Previously, I needed to edit the tilde slash dot profile file. Because this line is commented out. Okay, we'll edit this file when we actually require it. At this step, we have KDE Plasma available, and we can start it using start xinit rc. Okay, let's continue installing the RDP server in FreeBSD. Let's restart the computer if that's what it says, and prove that sudo works. Sudo su password reboot. So we're at this stage. I've pressed enter just not to wait the additional 10 seconds, which is the timeout in the bootloader. Okay, the system has finished booting. We can connect again using the SSH server, the SSH client protocol. Next up, we want to install the two packages for the RDP server xrdp. Sudo su. Let's see if we can run all of these three at the same time. Yes. And it enabled the FreeBSD services. Okay, we need a configuration file for xrdp, which we should create in the local in the home directory of the administrator user. This thing. Ctrl XS, Ctrl XC, and this needs to be executable. ls l. Okay, so the file start wm.sh has the execute chmod bit set. And we'll also want a web browser. The one that I use is Firefox. If Firefox is not available because reasons, then I would probably use the KDE web browser, which is called Falcon. So package install Firefox. And with that, we have everything. KDE Plasma 6, the org, and xrdp, xorg xrdp server. We can restart. Reboot. And prepare the command line for the RDP client. This is the command line. And the IP address ends with 80, so we need to edit that. (192, 168, 122, 80). User administrator, initial width and height 1080p. And if there's not enough space for this resolution, the xFreeRDP RDP client window will get the available size, and then it will communicate to the RDP server, please change the resolution inside of FreeBSD to this resolution of the RDP client, which means there's no scaling and you can change the resolution inside FreeBSD just by resizing the xFreeRDP window. Okay, the computer has finished, the virtual machine has finished booting. Let's see the experience. Trust the certificate FreeBSD 141. The window, this is the FreeRDP client window, wants to be 1080p, cannot. So it is maximized because the entire resolution of the host machine, which is running Ubuntu 24.04 Linux operating system, is 1080p. So there needs to be a bit of space reserved for the KDE Plasma panel and for the title bar of the FreeRDP window. KDE Plasma is starting for the first time. It's creating the needed files for the user, the configuration files. And this is the experience that we have. We have icons, we have the Plasma panel working, we have wallpapers, system tray seems to be okay. The start menu works okay, shows the correct icons, has most of the applications that I would find that are minimum required. So a web browser, file manager, system settings, Kate text editor, and really important console. Okay, I'll put in favorites all of these applications. So I want console, add to favorites, and I want Kate. Okay, so in favorites I should have Kate. Dolphin console system settings, no need for Firefox because it's already pinned to the taskbar. It's pinned in here. Okay, I'll unpin Dolphin. This is the KDE App Store, which is named Discover, not yet available for FreeBSD. So this icon should not be pinned in here. And system settings, I'm going to unpin it. And that's it. We have KDE Plasma 6 installed as well as possible on FreeBSD without compiling software at all. I'm just using FreeBSD 14.1, the PKG package manager, and I'm only installing binary packages. Okay, console. And from here I do my things. Toolbars show nothing. Okay. Firefox in private window. Need to configure it somewhere, somehow. Like this. Title bar. Bookmarks never. No white space. And 2 more settings. Tabs. And download. And that's it. Okay, it works okay. I can open the home directory. I can enable the file manager plugin. File system browser. It's available in here. Terminal included. I can start Kate from the console. Dolphin did not want to start the first time around. Well, I'm actually not using Dolphin at all. I'm using the KDE5 application file manager Conqueror, Crusader. So I can just install that, not a problem. Package install. Okay, this is the bug. So says PKG is not found. And that's because while I'm connected using the RDP protocol, the path environment variable is wrong because the correct profile configuration files for the terminal are not being invoked by default. So let's fix that. Control D. So path is set to the correct value and then exported. And when I want the correct path environment variable, I'm just manually sourcing the tilde/.profile file. Okay, the same thing for the super user, the user root. Okay, in here it's okay. Okay, this brings in KDE Plasma 5 packages, so KDE Frameworks version 5, Qt 5 modules, and that's okay because Crusader has not yet been ported to Qt 6. It's a Qt 5 only app for now. Okay. Deleting. Yeah, this is where it says that in the blog post that Plasma 6 can't co-install with Plasma 5 right now. So it was a bad idea to blindly install Crusader because that undid what I did previously, which is install KDE Frameworks version 6, Qt 6, and Plasma 6 packages. So that's a bad idea. Don't install any KDE 5 packages if you just want a KDE Plasma 6 environment for now in FreeBSD 14.1. You can install additional software from other desktop environments, from LXQt, from XFC, etc. Okay, so the fix is to redo this. So KDE Frameworks version 6 are marked as conflict with KF5, KDE Frameworks version 5 packages. Like this. And this. So it says that executables such as kwallet query, kdgeo URI handler are not versioned, so don't have a 5 or a 6 in the file path for KDE Frameworks version 5 and KDE Frameworks version 6. Okay, and now we should be back at the correct list of FreeBSD packages installed on this virtual machine. Additional KDE 6 software I install using the KDE build framework KDE-src-build, which means building software from source, and that's why I made this virtual machine have so many resources, 14 virtual CPUs and 10 gigabytes of RAM. Get involved, development, and then set up KDE-src-build. So I would install the FreeBSD package git. I would run these lines, these. I would edit the path environment variable to add tilde/.local/bin to it. And then I would run KDE-src-build initial setup. And then I would run KDE-src-build space the name of the KDE package or KDE application that I want to install. Which has been ported to Qt 6. So this is it. This is how you install FreeBSD 14.1 in a QEMU Virt Manager virtual machine. The virtual machine is super fast. I'm connecting to the virtual machine using the RDP protocol. Everything is extremely snappy. Context menus work. Everything works extremely fast. I can compile software, and the virtual machine is running the best current version of KDE Plasma 6 from binary packages from FreeBSD 14.1. Thank you.